Now on CoastTV News.
Beach erosion after the nor'easter. The hard-hit Mother Nature delivered to our coast during the storm surge.
Homelessness in Georgetown, the topic sparking heated debate during a town meeting on how to solve the issue.
Costco gets closer, the first step towards a major commercial development in Lewis, but it's not a done deal yet.
It was great to see the sun again today. We are tracking a cold front this evening. That means chillier weather for the end of the week and a slight chance of some frost. Your full forecast coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Reclaimed by the sea, erosion eating away at our beaches.
Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with the lingering after effects of this weekend's storms. The nor'easter brought us wind, rain, and roiling, raging ocean swells. All of that contributed to erosion along our beaches, and some places got hit harder than others. The nor'easter that hit Delmarva over the weekend took a big bite out of the coast.
It's terrible.
Erosion and damage visible in Bowers Beach, Slaughter Beach, and more.
I wish there was more beach.
Arlena Renee, who's been coming here for 20 years, could see the damage at Slaughter Beach on her morning walk.
I feel like this is one of the more severe storms. I've never seen the seaweed and the horseshoe crabs this far up in basically the dunes.
Meanwhile, over at Bowers Beach,
don't stand near the edge because you'll crash in.
Rebecca Blair shows us just how much the ocean reclaimed after the storm surge.
It's always amazing what water can do, and you can't stop water no matter what you do.
While walking his dog, Martin Hanig says doing the same thing and expecting different results just isn't working.
Maybe they need to have a jetty out front here to help retain some of the beach, because it seems like every couple of years this thing happens, but this is really bad this year.
And Blair is even more direct.
DENREC needs to replenish us. They did not replenish us. They didn't replenish any of the small beaches this year, or this wouldn't look like this.
For now, the damage is done.
I don't like it.
But just when Mother Nature will come back for more is a tale to be told by the tides.
And with that storm in the rearview mirror, let's look ahead as we take a live look into Rehoboth Beach. And we'll check in with our first alert meteorologist, Bob Trihey, with our forecast. Good evening, Bob.
It was so nice to see that sun today after all the dreary weather we had previously. And temperatures not too bad today. 60s to right around 70, 69 in Millsboro right now. Dagsboro 70, Bethany Beach are at 70 and 68 in Rehoboth right now. As our winds are coming in out of the north and west, and they're a little breezy. They'll get stronger as a cold front moves through this evening. But right now, winds gusting up to about 15 miles per hour, but about to get stronger as we have quite a bit in the way of cloudiness across Delmarva right now. We are tracking that cold front to our north, and there it is around New York. That'll continue to drop to the south this evening and then usher in much cooler air. And futurecast showing those temperatures falling through the 60s this evening into the 50s by midnight and feeling even colder with a northerly breeze, and then 40s by tomorrow morning. So make sure you bundle up this evening as temperatures fall and winds increase. Much more on this cooler forecast coming up a little bit later on.
Bob, thank you. Inside the Georgetown Town Hall this week, over 1 hour of public comment got heated over homelessness in the town. CoastTV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Georgetown. And Brandon, a program in the town's goal is to give a home to the homeless, but they say they are aware there's a problem.
Maddie, we are just 3 minutes away from the center of Georgetown, and behind me is the entrance and the property of the Pallet Village. Now, the Pallet Village houses 40 people who were previously homeless. Now, follow me on the end of the property of the Pallet Village and across this grass field. You see that brown building right there? Right where that brown building is the train tracks that go through Georgetown. And during this week's council meeting, people said they see most of the homeless population around those train tracks. Now, the Shepherd's Office in Georgetown and the Pallet Village are two separate organizations, but they have a common goal: to help the homeless with food, resources, and housing at the Pallet Village. Program manager for Springboard Delaware, Trish Hill, says she understands the concerns with homelessness in Georgetown, but it's hard to solve the problem during what she calls a housing crisis.
I think there's more opportunity for collaboration between those who are opposing, homelessness and the spaces.
Mayor Bill West saying in a meeting last month, we all know there's a problem and we all need to get on the same page with it. We reached out to Georgetown Mayor Bill West today and we did not hear back. Live in Georgetown, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what should Georgetown do next?
Let's take a look at the results so far. 66% right now say relocate the Pallet Village. 16% say increase patrols. 12% say build housing, not the Pallet Village, and 6% say expand services.
If you haven't voted yet, you still can at coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app.
Plans for a massive commercial shopping center on land in Lewis moving forward today. The Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval for a zoning change to bring stores like Costco, Target, and Whole Foods to Route 24. Coast TV News reporter Christina DiRobertis is live there in Lewis. Christina, planning and zoning did include 17 conditions in the approval.
Yes, Maddie, and one of those conditions has to do with the gas station that's planned as part with the Costco that's going to go here. So the original plans had the gas station going on the corner here, but planning and zoning is requesting the gas station be moved to a more internal location within the development to minimize traffic impacts. Now, we're going to show you a closer look at those development plans. The whole thing, you can see developers want to build a nearly 700,000 square foot shopping center at the corner of Route 24 and Mulberry Knoll Road. That's where we are now. It would be called Atlantic Field, and it would be 73 acres in total. Now, commission members who voted in favor of the zoning change today said these plans follow Sussex County's long-term plan for growth. They said it's not uncontrolled development, but still, people we spoke with in the area today say they're not on board.
I think something half the size of the Christiana Mall going in on this little tiny secondary road, country road, is just irresponsible development. There's could be much better uses for community space.
And so the one commission member who voted against this zoning change today, Greg Collins, said that his reasoning was traffic, and he does not feel confident that DelDOT is going to make the improvements necessary here. But it's not a done deal yet. Sussex County Council gets the final say. Back to you guys.
All right, Christina, thank you very much.
And the Milton Theater, the area behind the Milton Theater, is undergoing construction to what used to be the Tech Workshop. Before serving as the Tech Workshop, that space was the kitchen of Roxy's restaurant. The Milton Theater says what is currently a pile of rubble is going to become a brand new education wing at the theater.
This is kind of my favorite story of the day. Maybe that's weird, because a young great white shark was pinged off of Delmarva. Shark tracker and researchers OSearch says Cross, the shark, he's 9 feet 1 inch and 377 pounds. Cross was last pinged close to Porpoise Banks off Accomack County October 15th. OSearch says Cross was off Dewey Beach October 13th. The shark was first tagged in Nova Scotia on October 3rd.
Well traveled. Day 15 of the government shutdown with no end in sight. In fact, today the Senate failed for the 9th time to open the government.
And while no talks are going on in Capitol Hill, trade talks are taking a terse tone between the U.S. and China.
NBC's Julie Sirkin has the latest on how that could mean higher prices on goods from phones to cars.
The already tense trade relationship between the U.S. and China appears to be getting worse.
Make no mistake. This is China versus the world.
Those words from Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent come after China's surprise announcement that it's putting export limits on rare earth minerals. Those materials, produced largely by China, are used in everything from electronics to cars and even military equipment. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer taking a tough stance.
China's announcement is nothing more than a global supply chain power grab. It is an exercise in economic coercion on every country in the world.
In response to China's move, President Trump threatened massive tariffs on Chinese imports unless that country changes course. But it's not just rare earths that has the two nations at odds. It's also soybeans. China buys more soybeans than any other country in the world. From the United States, not anymore. Trump calling that a, quote, economically hostile act and threatening to end cooking oil exports to China. American farmers are caught in the middle.
We kind of feel like we're the scapegoat here. We are hanging, absolutely.
This trade tug of war coming at a difficult time for the U.S., the government heading into week 3 of a shutdown with no end in sight. Both sides pointing fingers at each other.
And all those Americans living in uncertainty, well, they're just going to have to wait until Democrats' far-left base is satisfied.
With open enrollment around the corner, Republicans cannot continue to kick this can down the road. It's happening now. The healthcare crisis is now.
While members of the military will be getting paid, law enforcement up here on Capitol Hill, men and women tasked with protecting members of Congress, missed their first paycheck since the shutdown began. In Washington, Julie Sirkin, NBC News.
The Food Bank of Delaware's annual Thanksgiving food drive is underway, and this year they say the need is greater than ever. This month, work requirements for SNAP benefits that were previously waived have gone back into effect, and new federal rules starting November 1st will extend them to more groups. Leaders are urging the community to donate, help, and ensure every Delawarean gets a holiday meal.
No matter what a person's situation is with the SNAP benefits and those changes, we still want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to share the holidays with their loved ones, to experience being around the common table, and to not have to go without food.
The food bank says it's now accepting donations, and those interested can host a food drive, donate online, or you can drop off non-perishable holiday items directly at the food bank.
A message of hope and healing. How Lorette Goes Purple is helping the community.
We're taking a live look into Lewis right now on the Irish Ice Cam. Lots of clouds, 68 degrees, and it's going to get breezy and much cooler this evening. And then through the rest of the week as well, a slight chance of frost and possibly some weekend rain. I'll have your full forecast coming up in a few minutes.
But first, small homes, big questions. The Lewis Planning Commission reconsidering rules surrounding accessory dwelling units in the city. Up next.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Here's a look at an accessory dwelling unit, which is when a main house and a second independent living space sit on the same property. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Lewis. Emma, the Lewis Planning Commission is discussing right now how these are regulated.
Charlie, at a meeting in just a little bit here, the Lewis Planning Commission will hear from the public in this building about the requirement that property owners must live in one part of an ADU. We spoke with two women earlier who will be talking at the meeting, and they say the existing rule just isn't fair. In a beach town like Lewis, the city says there's several existing ADUs where both units are being used as short-term rentals. The city says those people are breaking the rules because, according to code, the property owner must live in one of the units. Realtor Leanne Wilkinson wrote a letter to the Lewis Planning Commission and says the ADU ordinance needs to be looked at closer to make things more fair.
If you don't count the duplexes, if you don't count the townhouse communities, condo communities, those all are allowed to be rented as short-term rentals, all of them. So why does this poor little 2.6% of our homes not get the same rights that everybody else has?
Wilkinson says the ADU ordinance, which was adopted over a year ago, actually hasn't produced any applications to date, which she says is a sign that the rules may be too strict. Reporting live here in Lewis, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
Coming up next, Bob Trihey in our Coast TV First Alert Weather Center with our full forecast.
It was so nice to see that sunshine maker return after all that gloomy weather we saw. And it was a beautiful day. We actually got up to 70 in Georgetown, 73 in Salisbury, Cambridge and Easton both at 72, 71 in Ocean City, 72 in Dover. And our storyline, well, we've got some changes on the way. We've got a cold front sliding through this evening. Breezy and cooler conditions, temperatures in the 60s, then 50s going through this evening. So keep that in mind. And then Thursday and Friday, an autumn chill. It's going to be below average temperature-wise. We'll see wall-to-wall sunshine, but definitely a bite to the air. Temperatures now in the 60s to around 70 in Redden, 68 in Delmar, 70 in Seaford. Willard, you're at 69, as is Ocean City, and Rehoboth at 67 degrees. Winds coming in out of the northwest, pretty light now, but they'll be picking up later on. And right now they're gusting not very high, about 16 miles per hour in Millsboro, 12 Indian River Inlet. But as a cold front comes through, those winds will pick up tonight. And right now we are seeing most mostly cloudy skies across southern Delaware and much of Delmarva. Nothing in the way of rain with this front, which is still off to our north, but that will swing through as we go through the evening hours. And then high pressure back to our west across the Great Lakes slowly heads our way, and that will promise chilly weather the next several days. We still have a small craft advisory Delaware Bay back into the Atlantic Ocean. That continues right through Friday evening, and then farther south along the Maryland coast as well, and then into the Chesapeake Bay. Small craft advisory there until Friday morning. Here's Futurecast. We're looking at temperatures falling from the 60s into the 50s by Thursday morning. It's chilly into the mid to upper 40s, feeling even colder with the wind, with 50s at the coast, and then by Thursday afternoon, quite chilly with temperatures only in the low 60s, and it's going to feel much cooler with the breezes. And then as we go into Thursday night, look at this, temperatures falling through the 40s, but I think because we see the breeze, that wind will keep things churned up, and I don't think we're looking at frost, but still pretty chilly into Friday morning with temperatures low 40s from Seaford to Selbyville and Berlin, and 40s and 50s at the coast. And then by Friday afternoon, we're looking at temperatures still pretty chilly into the low 60s. Winds gusting out of the northwest. They're going to start to pick up this evening, gusting 30 at the coast and pretty breezy inland as well. So make sure you bundle up, and those breezy winds continue right through the rest of the week, continuing to bring in that cooler air. Winds finally do start to diminish Friday evening. Looks like our next best chance of rain comes in on Sunday and Monday, and some of that could be heavy as we go into Monday and then drying out after that. 44 tonight, mostly clear, chilly and breezy. 61 tomorrow. Paul Davis 7-day forecast for the weekend. Saturday, partly cloudy, 67. Here comes a rain chance later Sunday into Monday. Monday's high of 67. Congratulations to Tyler Powell from Ocean View on winning a new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. Coming up on DSN at 5:30, tune in for scoops and scores. Then tonight at 7 p.m., Keene University goes on the road to take on Salisbury University in college football. Catch the final score at 10:30. Along with Salisbury football, here is your DSN Plus exclusives for tonight. At 6 p.m., Cape Henlopen traveling to Appoquinimink in women's volleyball. And at 7:30 p.m., women's soccer kicks off when Kent Island hosts Queen Anne's County.
We salute Sergeant Banner Shepard. During World War II, Sergeant Shepard served bravely as a tank operator in the Pacific Theater. Despite having 2 tanks destroyed beneath him in combat, he survived without serious injury and evaded capture by the enemy. After the war, he returned home, built a family, and raised 3 children, living a life that honored the freedom he fought to protect.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Delaware is coming together this month to raise awareness about substance use disorder. Lorette Health Center hosted its annual Lorette Goes Purple event, connecting people to resources and recovery support. The focus wasn't just on treatment, but connection, reminding people they don't have to walk that journey alone.
I believe that it's what my purpose is. It's what I was put here to do, to help other people that were in the position that I was in a long time ago.
Organizations say support is what makes the difference, that recovery thrives when people feel seen, heard, and supported. And here's a live look into Cambridge. One more check on your forecast after this.
Make sure you bundle up a bit this evening. We have a cold front sliding through, and we're looking at temperatures that will be falling from the 60s into the 50s. The clouds will clear out and the winds will pick up out of the north. And it gets pretty chilly as we get into tomorrow morning. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. And we're looking at Thursday at 61 degrees. By Friday morning, we're down to 40. So it's going to be chilly the next couple of days. Friday, lots of sunshine, 62. And then heading into the weekend, a warm-up is on the way as I sit down. Looking at temperatures into the upper 60s and then 70s as we go into your Sunday. I think a better chance of rain as we go into Sunday and Monday.
That was a good looking forecast though, Bob. Thank you very much.
All right.
And thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.